Hello guys, welcome back to Tuesday Tales. So today's story shall be the story of the Sword of Damocles, or Damocles, like however you say it. The man who wanted to be king. Dionysius was the ruler of Syracuse, the richest city in Sicily. He had become its absolute master by a combination of shrewd judgment, hard work, and good luck. He knew when to flatter friends and when to placate enemies, or placate enemies, rather. When to be kind and when to be ruthless. Many hated him for his success and his power. Numerous plans were discussed for his overthrow. There were plotters and schemers in his own household. In spite of everything, Dionysius continued to hold supreme power, although his fellow townsmen envied him. They were proud to call him the tyrant of Syracuse. One of the most envious was Demosthenes, who was Dionysius' closest friend. He longed to enjoy the ruler's lavish manner of living. Most of all, he envied his power. "You must be the happiest man in the world," Marcellus kept saying. "There is no man as fortunate as you." One day, Dionysius stopped him in the midst of his praises. "What makes you think I'm so blessed with happiness?" he inquired. "You must be," replied Marcellus. "You have everything that anyone could desire. You are a powerful ruler. You have enormous wealth. You live like a king." Dionysius smiled. "Would you like to change places with me?" "That thought never occurred to me," said Marcellus. "I wouldn't presume to think, even to dream of such a thing." "Well," said Dionysius, "think of it now. Come, change places with me, at least for a trial. You see, I live like a king. Live that way, too. Be a king be king for a day." Marcellus was easily persuaded. He had already persuaded himself. The next day, he put on his best attire and went to the palace. Acting upon instructions from Dionysius, the guards saluted him. A welcoming group of guards crowned him with a wreath of gold, and put perfumed garlands around his neck. The day was spent luxuriously. Nothing to do but listen to some music, play games, watch dances, and delight in one entertainment after another. Finally, evening came. Marcellus was attired in royal robes and escorted to the dining hall. He sat at the head of the table, while Dionysius, like a not too important guest, sat at the foot. It was like a memorable past. Marcellus was served such delicacies as the pearl oysters, tiny crabs in a delicious sauce, and like a sugar-coated pie, which, when opened, released dozens of singing thrushes. This was accompanied by the smoothest wines, followed by mysteriously flavored ices and tropical fruit. Hundreds of candles lightened up brilliant tapestries with soft music, and aromatic incense filled the room. Never had Marcellus enjoyed himself so completely. Smiling, he lifted his cup in thanks to Dionysus, and Dionysus smiled back. As he lifted his cup, Marcellus raised his eyes. Then his body stiffened. He sat frozen with fear. Directly above his head, there hung a sword, the blade glittered. The point was only 6 or 7 inches above his head. Like it was held by a single thread. Marcellus started to rise to stop himself, afraid that the sudden motion might break the slender thread and bring the sword down on his head. He stifled for like a shriek and, trembling, and put down his cup ever so carefully. Now, what could possibly be starting you? The Athens, the Dionysus, vastly. Is there anything unusual? The sword. That was what Dionysus, Marcellus' father, through teeth that chattered violently. Don't you see it? Of course I see it, answered Dionysus. I have always seen it. There is a sword above the head of every king or ruler. Like everyone in power, what is worse, it is a sword that may fall at any moment. It hangs by the frailest of threads, and there is always someone ready to cut that thread. You want to be a ruler? That is something you must learn to live with. Thank you, said Marcellus. I have already learned the lesson. He arose from the head of the table. Please take your rightful seat, he said to Dionysus. I will never again want to change places with you or with anyone else. Never. Now that's where this video will come to an end. I'm sorry if I seem like a bit like off in meeting it. So and that's what anyway. So that, yeah, so I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.